Inside Princess Leonor's life, friends, crushes and secrets. What if becoming a future queen meant giving up the one thing almost every young person wants, a normal private life? Behind the royal ceremonies, military uniforms, official photographs, and constant cameras is Princess Leonor of Spain, a young woman whose every friendship can become a headline, and whose every rumored crush can trigger a storm of speculation. But how much do we actually know about her life away from the palace? Who are the people she trusts? Does she have someone special in her life? And what secrets could she be keeping simply because she knows that, one day, the entire world will be watching? Stay with me, because some of the most interesting details aren't the rumors, they're the things we still don't know. And subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about royalty. Friends, behind the crown, Leonor's childhood was anything but ordinary. While many teenagers were worrying about school, friendships, and weekend plans, Leonor was growing up knowing that she is first in line to become Spain's future queen. That creates a strange reality. Imagine trying to make a genuine friend when everyone knows who you are. Is someone talking to you because they like you, or because you're the future queen? That question may explain why privacy has always been so important around Leonor. She has studied in different environments, including abroad, and later entered Spain's military training system. These experiences have allowed her to meet people outside the traditional royal circle. And perhaps that's exactly what she needs: friendships built around shared experiences rather than titles. But there's a catch. The closer someone gets to Leonor, the more attention that person could receive. One innocent photograph can suddenly become a headline. One friendship can become a rumor. And one ordinary interaction can be interpreted as something much bigger. And then, the crush question. Now we reach the subject that gets everyone's attention: love. There have been reports and speculation over the years about boys who may have crossed paths with Leonor. But here's where we need to separate fact from fantasy. The Spanish royal household has not publicly confirmed a romantic relationship for Leonor. That hasn't stopped the internet from investigating every photograph, every appearance, and every supposed connection. And that's where things become fascinating. Because for someone in Leonor's position, dating isn't simply about liking someone. Imagine introducing a person you care about to a life surrounded by security, cameras, protocol, and public expectations. That person wouldn't just be dating Leonor. They could eventually become connected to the future Queen of Spain. And suddenly, something that begins as a private teenage or young adult relationship could become a national conversation. That's an enormous amount of pressure. The secret life we don't see. But perhaps the biggest mystery isn't who Leonor might like. It's what her life is actually like when the cameras disappear. Royal appearances show us only carefully selected moments. We see the formal smile, the military uniform, the ceremonies, the speeches. But we don't see every ordinary conversation. We don't know every joke shared with friends. We don't know what music she listens to when she's alone. We don't know which friendships have survived the pressure of royal life. And we certainly shouldn't assume that every rumor online is true. That's what makes her story so intriguing. The less we know, the more people speculate. And the more people speculate, the harder it becomes to distinguish reality from fiction. The future queen's biggest challenge: Leonor's life is entering a completely different chapter. Her military education and public responsibilities are preparing her for something extraordinary: becoming Spain's future head of state. But behind that responsibility is still a young woman building her identity. She has to learn how to lead without losing herself, how to make friends without wondering who can be trusted, and perhaps, one day, how to fall in love without allowing the entire world to take over something deeply personal. That's the part of Leonor's story we rarely see. Not the princess, but the person behind the title. So, does Princess Leonor have a secret crush? Is there someone special waiting somewhere beyond the palace spotlight? Right now, there is no confirmed answer. And maybe that's the point. For someone destined to become queen, privacy itself may be one of the most valuable things she has left. Because when your future belongs to an entire country, your private life becomes the one part of your world you may fight hardest to keep your own. And perhaps the biggest secret surrounding Princess Leonor isn't who she's dating. It's how much of her real life the public will ever truly be allowed to see. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay with us for more fascinating stories about the world's royal families.